words can read. Hey guys, it's Katie and welcome to another video, and today I'm bringing you my May wrap-ups, all the books I managed to read in May, and I'm actually feeling quite successful this month. And yeah, so let's get started. So the first book that I read and completed in May was Some Quiet Place by Kelsey Sutton. I buddy read this with my friend Keisha from The Forsaken 707, and we both really enjoyed this book. I gave this book 5 out of 5 Kit Kats. Really enjoyed it. It's definitely got an intriguing storyline, and I loved how it was written, and there was just like this twist near the end that I really enjoyed and didn't really see coming, to be honest, and I really loved it. And this is basically about a girl who sees emotions as if they're human beings, and because of that, you know, she's different, she's treated differently and that sort of thing, and it's just really cool, the fact that she gets to see like fear as if it's a human being, and she doesn't feel any emotion because of that. So all of these emotions that are manifested into human beings are trying to get her to feel again, and it's just really interesting and different, and that's what I like about it. Not a lot of people have read this book, and I feel like more people should. Definitely pick it up. It's really good. I love the cover to it as well. It's just so unique and different, and I'm looking forward to reading like the sequel of this book, and oh, it's awesome. The next book, unfortunately, was DNF. It's Just Friends by Dylan Sheldon. I'll leave the picture over here, and I read this towards the challenge from my TBR jar challenge to read an ebook from a TBR jar, and I ended up picking this book out in the end. I just didn't like how it was written. It kind of felt a little bit childish, and I couldn't get into the story because of it, and I feel like maybe if it was written in first person I probably would enjoy it, but how it was written, I just didn't really like it and couldn't really just get into it, unfortunately. So it was DNF, so I gave it 1 Kit Kat star. The next book that I read and completed, I'll have to leave a picture over here because my boyfriend's currently borrowing the book because I kind of sold it to him, so it's probably going to take him like a year to read, but I loved it still all the same. This book is No I Can't Even by Simon James Green. This book I luckily was on the blog tour for, and I did a review post, and I'll link that down in the description box below if you would like to check more of that out, and it will contain my review for this because I did a video review of this book, so you can check that out, but I'll link that video review down in the description box below as well to know more deeper into my thoughts. But I love this book. I found it really funny. It's an LGBT sort of novel as well, which is great. It's basically about this boy called Noah, and one day his boy best friend ends up kissing him at this party, and he just sort of has to learn to deal with that and the consequences of it, and sort of has to question his life and question everything about it, and it's just sort of a really good coming of age sort of story, and I found that I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I gave it 5 out of 5 Kit Kats. The next book that I read and completed was The Lines We Cross by Randa Abdel Fattah, and I will leave the picture over here as well. I ended up giving this book to one of my best friends when she had a wedding. I was like, here's some reading material for the plane because I read this book and enjoyed it. So this is basically a sort of Romeo and Juliet situation where the boy is in an anti-immigration sort of family. Like, his parents have got this group where they're against immigrants, but then he has feelings for this new girl who is an immigrant, and so he has to deal with that sort of situation, and I think it's like really interesting. I ended up giving this book 4.5 Kit Kats. The reason being is because I feel like it ended a little bit too softly. I still have a few answers, and so hopefully it's developed into a sequel where there are answers, but if not, it's just ended in that way where I need to know more and I want more. But it was a really good read. I really enjoyed it. It's told in multi-perspectives as well, so you get it from Mina's perspective and Michael's perspective, and I really enjoyed it, and it's different, and especially with the times and everything that's going on at the moment, I feel like this is definitely a story that everybody needs to read. The final book that I read and completed in May was I Have No Secrets by Penny Jolson. This book is definitely a really unique sort of story. Oh my god, it just touched me right here. I ended up giving it 5 out of 5 Kit Kats because it was just flawless, it was different. This is basically about a girl called Gemma, and she has cerebral palsy, so she's physically paralysed, she's in a wheelchair, she cannot move anything of her body at all, and so it just sort of teaches us what it could be like for somebody that's in a wheelchair, where they can actually hear you but they can't respond. And so this is about this girl, and she ends up hearing this massive secret, but how can she tell everybody about it because it's massive, and you know, more people need to be involved because it could be about this murder or this disappearance of somebody, and how can she voice it out. And I feel like it's just different, and I loved her voice. I loved her character. I really felt for her, and just in the end I just felt really happy when everything was like turning around, and she found a way to speak out, and it was just so good. And I'm not going to tell you exactly how she managed to finally speak out because I want you guys to read this for yourselves. I did do a non-spoiler review of this book, and I'll leave that down in the description box below. It's definitely a different book. I really enjoyed it. It was just so good. So there you have it, guys. That is the end of my May wrap up. Again, I feel really successful in the reading that I did and I managed to complete, and I'm hoping that in June I'm going to do a lot of reading as well. Fingers crossed I'm finally getting back into reading again. But yeah, let me know if you've read any of these books down in the comments below, or if you would possibly pick up these books and read them. Let me know how you did in the month of May down below as well. Thank you very much for watching my videos as always. Keep smiling, keep reading and be happy, and I'll see all of you wonderful awesome people in my next video. Bye!